Transparency is enormously important to having faith in our government. And so one of my first missions when I became Comptroller in 2015 was to expand transparency in every possible way. And my theory is, and was and is, to continue to account for every single dollar of the taxpayers' money that's spent. It's been a remarkable tool and enormously well thought of, not only in the media, but also very, very well utilized by the public, which is exactly what we wanted it for. In government, you very rarely ever hear the term return on investment. In our case, the return on investment is huge, because rather than having our staff, the Comptroller staff, making sure that there's no fraud, waste, and abuse by reviewing financial information, we now are able to utilize the public. We've invited all colleges, universities, graduate schools to become involved in going through the data and seeing if they can find areas of concern and bring them to our concern. So rather than having 200 or 300, 400 people reviewing information, now we have the potential to have millions of people reviewing the information, and that's great for Massachusetts. We've literally flipped the script from taking the transparency, the outward transparency piece inward. So now our staffs can go in and simply look at the transparency site, CTHRU itself, and because we update on a daily basis from a spending standpoint, and as soon as payroll is run on a biweekly basis, it's the most accurate record, and it's so easy to use that it saves an enormous amount of time. A secondary benefit has been cutting down on the number and types of public information requests that become weighty from a time standpoint. I mean, it takes a long time to respond, in some cases, to public information requests. So now either an agency can utilize, and find the information for the constituent or for the media and provide it, or we can simply send the media representative or the individual to the site itself. People can access it on the train. They can see vendors have a great benefit. They can see that their payment has been processed, and they can expect money to show up in their accounts if they've set up electronic bank transfer. I mean, we went from concept and the concept of having the system to having 5 years of data in both payroll and fiscal spending. I mean, that took us 90 days. Now our relationships, particularly with the investigative media, are phenomenal because they will pick up the phone, they'll see something, they're scouring the data on a daily basis. They'll pick up the phone and they'll call me personally, and I always accept those calls personally because I want to know if there's an issue, and if they see an issue, we'll help them explore what the basis of that issue might be. My goal is to be the most transparent state. My goal is to be the most accurate state from an accounting standpoint, and Massachusetts has always been on the forefront of revolution, and we're going to continue to be so.